Are you Adam Graham?
The very same. And this is my old-time radio snack wagon.
Welcome to the Old-Time Radio Snack Wagon, where we serve up a bite-sized portion of old-time radio. And now, here's your Snack Wagon host, Adam Graham.
Today, we are serving up one of the longest-running weekly programs during the golden age of radio. There were more episodes of this program made than there were of the Lux Radio Theater. Yet, if you look in John Dunning's definitive Encyclopedia of Old-Time Radio on the air, and you look for this series entry, you won't find it. And unlike other forgotten series, it's not like that there aren't episodes in circulation, although when Dunning compiled his encyclopedia, perhaps there weren't. But today, there are hundreds of episodes of this series floating around the internet. The series is Front Page Drama, which was actually promoted by the Hearst newspaper syndicate to promote the American Weekly, a newspaper supplement that was published in the Sunday papers for 70 years, from 1896 to 1966. It was a 21 by 15 publication, with each issue running from 12 to 24 pages in length, filled with sensationalistic stories and pictures, some of which were made up and even some that admitted they were made up. According to a historian, the American Weekly likely influenced the type of stories and art done by Alex Raymond, who drew Flash Gordon, which is one of the series featured on one of our sister podcasts, The Great Adventurers of Old Time Radio. During the more than 20 years that Front Page Drama was on the air, American taste and interest changed. Its focus was on selling the American Weekly, or the Sunday paper that printed it, to be more precise. And so Front Page Drama is a true mixed bag, varying so much from era to era, year to year, and story to story. The first program we're going to share with you from this series comes from August 28th, 1948. It's the 801st episode of Front Page Drama, and the title is Dead Within 10 Days.
A Front Page Drama from the American Weekly.
Tell me, sir, how long do you expect to live? 105 years or 110?
Young man, I expect to be dead within 10 days.
Well, when a man on his 100th birthday forecasts his death, maybe there's an unusual story lurking beneath the surface. Front Page Drama brings you an exciting true story from the files of the American Weekly, the great magazine that comes with a leading Sunday newspaper on sale in this city. It's a modest little house in a very average section of town where a reporter stops to look up at the address above the door. Then he checks it with his notes and rings the doorbell. He waits a while. Then, after a few moments, a figure appears in the plate glass of the door and looks at him suspiciously. The reporter calls out,
I want to see Mr. Bradford. I'm a reporter. See? Here's my press card. Reporter. Open the door, please.
Mr. Bradford doesn't like to talk to reporters.
Oh, but this is special. After all, a man doesn't have a 100th birthday often. Please ask him if he'll see me.
He won't talk to you, I said.
Oh, but he has to.
I'm sorry.
Oh, look, my job hangs on this. If I don't get this interview, I'll get fired. Let me ask him.
Now, see here, young man.
But the young reporter by this time was too busy making his way toward the old man's room to see or hear anything. And he found himself facing an old man who sat in a wheelchair, his legs covered by a blanket.
Well, young man, what do you want?
Oh, please, sir, you've got to talk to me. It means my job.
I don't want to talk to anyone.
But you must. You have a public duty. You're the first man in the history of this city ever to live to be 100. People are interested in you. They have a right to know about you. Like, how did you manage to reach the age of 100?
Mostly by being born in 1848, I guess.
Say, that's not bad. You've got a sense of humor, and at your age.
Sense of humor, eh? Indeed, I have not. I'm disgusted with the whole shooting match.
Well, tell me, how long do you expect to live? 105 or 110?
Young man, I expect to be dead within 10 days.
What? Has the doctor said anything?
Doctor? No, I say it. And if it's any consolation to you, I'm going to be the cause of my own death.
Huh?
This morning I stopped eating.
But why?
Because I don't want to live anymore, that's why.
Oh, look, are you in sick pain? What's wrong?
No, I'm not sick and I'm not in pain, and if you want to know the reason, I'm just disgusted with this whole world. I've been around for 100 years, and in all that time, I've never seen man do anything to make conditions better.
Oh, now, Mr.
Faster wagons, faster cars, faster planes, all so they can kill each other faster. Well, I've lost hope for mankind, and I've seen enough evil. So this morning I just decided that I want to die and get it over with. So I've stopped eating.
But you can't do that.
Oh, can't I? Well, I am doing it.
And I came here for some encouraging words for future generations to hear. A lot of good it would do if I print what you said.
Well, you can print it, because it's the truth. There's nothing encouraging, nothing. The world's in a mess, and it's getting worse, and we haven't got the brains to do anything about it. I tell you, I'm finished with mankind. Now, get out.
Oh, but sir,
Get out.
Yes, Mr. Bradford.
It was a mighty discouraged young reporter who sat down at his typewriter in the newspaper office that afternoon to knock out a story about a man who didn't want to live. But as he typed on, something happened to him. And then, much to his own surprise, the keys started to fly and the story began to take shape. And finally, he was finished. He ripped the paper from the machine and went dashing across the floor toward the editor's office, where he opened the door.
Chief, that story about Mr. Bradford, the 100-year-old guy.
Is that it? Let me have it.
Here.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. Say, what is this? I didn't ask for that kind of a story. I want encouragement, advice, a bright outlook.
So did I, but this is what he said.
Well, this story's worthless to me.
Just read on, Chief.
But I can see now it's not what I want.
Please, just do as I ask. This once. Read it all the way through.
Okay. Say, what's this?
What do you think of it?
This isn't supposed to be an editorial. This is supposed to be a news item, a feature.
It still is. I just want to ask the readers one question at the very end. Is there anything we can do to change Mr. Bradford's mind? That's all. Will you run it, Chief?
Why, all right, we'll run it.
Little did that newspaperman and his editor know what they were getting into. But we'll know in just a moment when we continue with our front page drama. Well, Boston didn't know what it was getting into either when wealthy John Lowell Gardner married the ambitious Isabella Stewart back in 1860. The greatest pleasure of the new Mrs. Gardner came from startling state Boston society with her unique friends, such as John L. Sullivan, who had once rescued her from an unruly mob. Her idea of entertainment was having the strongest man in the world ripple his muscles for the benefit of her guests, taking jiu-jitsu lessons, and in general doing anything and everything that would shock and challenge the leaders of Boston society. For many other amusing and spectacular incidents in the life of this colorful woman, read the next in the series of romantic revels called The Fabulous Mrs. Jack, which appears in the August 29th issue of The American Weekly. The American Weekly is the magazine distributed with a group of America's greatest Sunday papers. It brings you true stories of every description, stories of romance, adventure, folklore, and mystery, written by some of the finest authors in the world, together with timely articles by famous authorities. Readers in over 9 million homes have made the American Weekly the nation's reading habit. Ask your news dealer for the Sunday paper that contains it. Be sure to read the American Weekly, issue of August 29th. And now we resume our front page drama, and we return to the newspaper office, where a young reporter and his editor are looking over the front page of their paper.
Well, Ted, what do you think of that?
Gee, it looks swell. How would you answer this man? That's a great headline.
I think it'll get people to read the article. Hello. Yes, this is the editor speaking. What is it you want, madam? Oh, I see. Well, that's very nice, but what do you want me to do about it? What? Well, say, would you mind giving your story in detail to one of my reporters? I'd appreciate that very much. Operator, put this call on Thompson. Ted, you know who that was?
I haven't any idea.
Well, that woman who was just on the phone said she has a daughter who was stricken with infantile paralysis.
Oh, that's too bad.
But that isn't why she called. She wanted us to know that 4 of her neighbors gave that kid artificial respiration to keep her alive for 18 hours till they could get an iron lung for her.
Well, that's very nice. So what? Do we do a story on it?
Well, don't you get it? She called up to let us know because we ran that story of yours.
Huh?
She wants our old friend, Mr. Bradford, to know that there are fine people and fine things in life worth living for.
Say.
What? Well, sure, I'll take them. Just tell them to keep holding. Right. Give me the first now. Hello. What? Yes, this is the editor. Well, of course I have time, sir. You just tell me your story. Uh-huh. I see. And they were put out of the house? I get it. Yeah, and then what happened? Well, indeed, we do want that story. Wait a minute, I'll turn you over to one of my reporters. Right. Operator, turn this over at the city desk. Well, Ted, this is even better than the last. A veteran and his family were put out of their house because of non-payment of rent. And builders and workers got together and are building them a new house. How do you like that?
Say, that's terrific. Well, Chief, here's another yarn. I think it's the last one, but we can't tell. The phones are still ringing.
I've never seen my desk piled so high with stories. Look at that mound of stuff.
Yes, and every one a story of something fine that someone in this town has done for someone else. Can you imagine how this would pile up if the whole country were covered?
Why, there'd be millions of stories.
Yeah.
The switchboard is still flooded with calls.
This has started an avalanche of good deeds, the likes of which we've never seen.
I know, but there's one thing we've lost sight of.
Yeah? What's that?
The guy who started all this.
Oh, you mean Mr. Bradford?
That's right. If you hadn't gone to see him and hear his bitter story, this never would have happened.
Well, then we ought to do something for him.
Such as?
Well, I don't know. Maybe show him these stories.
No, I don't think so.
But he ought to be made to know somehow. After all, that poor old man's starving himself to death.
Well, let me see. If only we could
Wait.
get...
I've got it, Chief.
Yeah? What?
Why don't we have a special Bradford edition? Just made up of these stories, all of them, and no other news in the paper. Let him see that folks are pretty fine, decent, good, worth living for and with. What do you say?
Boy, you've just hit on it. That's what we do.
But I don't care what the doctor says. I have to see him.
He's too weak, and he still won't eat a thing.
Please, I have to show him something. Let me go into that room.
Oh, you might as well. It can't make any difference.
Mr. Bradford, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you and see you. I remember you, the reporter fellow who was here a few days ago.
That's right.
Well, I was mistaken. I don't think I'll be 10 days.
Look, Mr. Bradford, I want you to look at this newspaper.
Won't do any good.
Please, read it, Mr. Bradford.
All right. Is that true, that story about the little girl with the infantile paralysis?
Every story in here is true, and every one a story that should make you change your mind. Go on reading, Mr. Bradford.
Okay. I'll be... I never knew all these fine things going on right in this town. I thought Well, there sure is a heap of fine things going on in this world after all, huh?
A big enough heap to make a man want to go on living, Mr. Bradford?
Well, I reckon so.
Then will you give up your fast? Will you start eating again?
Young man, how would you like to join me for lunch?
Yes, there is plenty of goodness in this world, even if it does take a little looking for. This has been another front page drama inspired by a true story in the files of the American Weekly. Yes, if we stop to think, there is a lot in this world to make us glad to be alive. In moments of danger and need, there are always people eager to give a helping hand, whether it's our friends, neighbors, or even a stranger who happens to be passing by. For a truly human and timely story about quick thinking and life-saving on the part of the young men who deliver newspapers, read the article entitled Newspaper Boys, Heroes and Businessmen in the August 29th issue of the American Weekly. It relates several instances of quick action and bravery by these boys. Yes, it'll give you that good-to-be-alive feeling. It's just one of the many true stories in the August 29th issue of the American Weekly. It's a magazine that brings you timely, thought-provoking articles, amusing commentaries, intimate memoirs, and stories that actually happened, written by the world's finest writers. Readers in over 9 million homes look forward to the American Weekly each week. Why not let that include your home, starting this week? Ask your news dealer for the Sunday paper that contains the nation's reading habit, the American Weekly.
Welcome back. An uplifting story after a startling start. Now, this is one of those stories which is either entirely fiction or mostly fiction, almost certainly, but it definitely speaks to a truth. Now, of course, this might seem an odd time for the sort of sentiment that Mr. Bradford expressed, given that this was after World War II had ended, and it was before American involvement in Korea heated up, but there was plenty to be worried about in the world. The war had ended in the fury of the atomic bomb and set up a situation where the world would spend nearly half a century with the fear of atomic annihilation an animating concern. And at the same time, you had all sorts of stories of anger and hatred and intolerance. You hear evidence of that in things like Jack Webb's commentary series 1 out of 7, or Superman's battle against the Ku Klux Klan in fiction, which spoke to real-life situations that went round in the country. The stories in the Bradford edition point to the other side, and the fact is that both the good and the bad were true. And I guess sometimes we face a choice whether to let the darkness of our times consume us or, like Mr. Bradford, decide to ultimately live in hope. It's time for me to close up the old snack wagon, but don't worry, we'll be back with another serving of old-time radio goodness before you know it. If you want to enjoy some of our longer form podcasts, you can feast away at my website at greatdetectives.net. Your emails are also welcome at adam@snackwagon.net.
The Old Time Radio Snack Wagon comes to you from Boise, Idaho. Your host is Adam Graham. Sound production is by Rhines Media, LLC. You can listen to past episodes of the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon as well as connect on social media at our website at snackwagon.net. Email suggestions for episodes to adam@snackwagon.net. This has been the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon.
Until next time, goodbye.